Daytona, here you are, with your humid sun casting the palm trees' shadows on your cracked sidewalks on ISB. Oleander, your wild olives crushed by NASCAR traffic, your frizzy hair knotted over your leather-peeling skin, with your restaurant at the top and your bustling 500. Milton, David, Ian, and Gordon, they all shoved your head under the Halifax River for days, but you were still able to catch your breath. They had nothing on you. The Ponce Inlet Lighthouse lending light even during the power outages during Milton, named after poor Juan, who spent his alimony trying to find a watering hole that would finally pay off. I wonder if you'd be proud to see all the watering holes now. Boot Hill, Froggies, and Salty Pint. Daytona, you give thrill seekers their fix, throwing them up in the air over the wild, sandy white beach, looking down from the sky lift, or gondolas as you like to call it. When stuck on a hot summer day at 3 o'clock, scared from the lightning, do you jump and break your ankles? Maybe.
Daytona, you strive to be the best, but your people are struggling. You know they are, and what are you doing? Are you putting up a fight? Why are so many of your citizens out on the street? On Mary McLeod, International, Mason, Beach, Daytona, you reek of homelessness. The sticky smell of pine sol and pot. What are you doing to help them? Did you ever bring Dan with his ever-present Publix bag in hand the $2 he asked for? Daytona, tell me, do you know where they are going? First up, the only one trying to make a change, but is it big enough or close enough? In the middle of the forest, known as west of 95, with no certain route. Like old coquina on the sand, you are strong, so act like it. Are you able to take the blow of a cannonball? Daytona, you are also the home of the Great American Race, but are you a great American? Races at Daytona International Speedway, Coke 0400, the Daytona 500, the Rolex 24.
You bring in visitors from Quebec, New Smyrna, and Oklahoma, to name a few. If you get yet another car wash, will the tourists be left with enough oranges to pick off the remaining trees? What about the Daytona Beach Boardwalk or the employees who work there? More money coming into town, but $3.50 for gas at the racetrack? Daytona, you're not just Daytona. You're Ormond, Holly, and Port. Driving through the loop with your canopy of oaks and mysterious green eyes that shine bright at midnight. You still act young, not catching up with the times, but MTV left. Are you still stuck in your midlife crisis? You try to squeeze into your jeans from high school. They fit, but are they still in style? Do people still expect the parties? Do you still think you're the spring break capital of the world or a ghost town? What about the live concerts hosted by the band shell? Once the college students graduate and the spring breakers leave, who are you left with? After the bikers bring in organs and the Jeeps bring crushed styrofoam big gulp cups, when the beauty has abandoned you, who stays? Just the retired people? No, it's us, the families, the Francis building and promoting our race culture, the almonds sitting at the beach in the mornings, the teachers, Mr. Brunning, who dedicated his life to giving different perspectives through a new lens. Mr. Gunshannons, whose writing advice always makes sure we answer, so what? The entrepreneurs, Mr. Wren, who created a nationwide software database for repo companies without any education. His words of advice, Google that shit.
The people who made you who you are, they can never leave you. Like Mother Mary making room for the minority among the majority. Daytona, proud to be the home of the Black Heritage Trail. To the Jackie Robinson Stadium, someone whose legacy is bigger than any baseball stadium. Was finding the giant sloth a happy little accident? Daytona, you are history, resilience, and contradiction. Will you rise for all who call you home? When the tourists come to take a bite of our donut construction, they don't see the empty hole in the middle. They love to look at the gingerbread houses in Margaritaville, but roll up their windows when driving through Holly Hill. AQS showing up once a year with her guild, one of the many events trying to sew this community back together. Although slow, the century trees grow. Are you growing along with it, Daytona? Just be careful by the water. Remember your sister's swamp puppies like to eat other living things, making it the not so happiest place on earth.